Bills and Josh Allen finally showed they can overcome the Chiefs, and it was 38-20 final score. There was a moment where I thought maybe we were going to get some sort of a classic finish. Maybe Patrick Mahomes and company were going to figure a way out of this. Let's focus first on Josh Allen and what he did. It was a great night for him. Chris, you took a look at the film yesterday, and I know how you feel about Josh Allen. You felt that way about him since before the draft. This isn't some new awakening. What did you see from him, though, on Sunday night as he had a game that I think – if there was anyone else out there sleeping on Josh Allen, it's over now.
Yeah, it should be over. I mean, again, you could watch that game and go, well, okay, I mean, what's the difference between him and Patrick Mahomes? They're both awesome. They can beat you anyway. He's arguably the best player in the sport. He's in that conversation with Patrick Mahomes and some other people. And, of course, playing a little bit better football altogether. But, hey, I think the story is – I think they haven't played their best offensive football this whole year. Not anything like last year, but they don't care in Buffalo because he's like a streaky three-point shooter. They're just going, we're going to get him some shots. We're just going to keep shooting, and he'll get hot, and all of a sudden he'll be like Steph Curry again. They're going to keep the pressure on you there. Yeah, he might have hit some ground balls, but he's going to start hitting grand slams and homers. So we're going to keep attacking with him. And I think he kind of hit his stride in that football game altogether. Some of the plays he made are phenomenal. The story is, Mike, is this to me more than anything. Yeah, Josh Allen, his playmaking, it's second to none in football. He can do it and pull magic and rabbits out of his hat as good as anybody in the game. But really, it's the Chiefs' defense is just absolutely horrible right now. That's really the thing you come away watching the game. It's not no talent on the field right now. The talent has fallen off. They can't communicate. They mess up coverages. There's mistakes everywhere across the board, let alone they don't have anybody in their front seven that can make any play. Honey Badger's not the same guy he used to be. There was no Chris Jones in the football game. And I think when you add that together with a guy like Brian Daboll, who has always a good offensive plan, and now they throw a few tricks in there with the quarterback design runs, and Josh Allen's just pure amazing ability like we're seeing here, just to hit big plays constantly, that's where the Bills are really, really tough. And I would think this gives them the confidence just going forward to go, wait, we're the real deal. We are the best team in the NFL. And I think just boosts them into another category in their own mind as far as, where they are in the league.
The Chiefs currently are surrendering 7.1 yards per play.
Unbelievable, Mike.
That is the worst ever. And the Seahawks are on pace to give up the most yards per game in league history. But between the Seahawks and the Chiefs, they're in a competition to have one of the worst defenses of all time. And, all the time and effort that was spent and the money that was devoted to improving the Chiefs' offensive line, they may have lost sight of what they needed to do to keep their defense where it was supposed to be and where it needs to be.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely an issue. And it's just going to put more and more pressure on their offense to go forward to really execute and carry the football team. But, man, every week there's mistakes. I mean, again, we saw Sorensen really struggle at safety. He gave up that long pass play we just showed to Diggs. He stopped covering Dawson Knox on Dawson Knox' long touchdown pass where Josh Allen scrambled to the right and threw it down the sideline for a long touchdown. I mean, you would think like, hey, you're playing Josh Allen. You practice against like a guy like Patrick Mahomes every week. You don't ever like look back at the quarterback. You got to stay on your guy like glue. There's other guys pursuing him. Don't worry about it. But there's just mental mistakes every week from the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I think when you couple that together with nobody's a difference maker other than Chris Jones, I don't know where it's going to come from. I really don't. Nobody can get off blocks in the run game. Nobody can get pressure. So they're really compromised that way, and that's where it goes back to the Chiefs and the Chiefs' offense to where they can't make mistakes. They can't. They're going to almost have to play perfect on a weekly basis.
And let's flip it over to Patrick Mahomes. How concerned are you about his game right now?
Well, it's not perfect. Has he been better? Certainly. But like Mike, it's the same old adage we've been talking about. The whole game, the Chiefs played two deep safeties. Two deep safeties, two deep safeties, two deep safeties, two deep safeties. And then when it was a big fourth down or just a big play, they would go, hey, one safety go low in the middle of the field and the other safety go deep in the middle of the field. So it's forcing them to, as you can see on this passing chart here, to throw the ball short a lot. I'm not concerned. Like, you come away with the game and look at it and go, hey, your offense is still really damn good. Mahomes is still unbelievable. You know, Tyreek Hill catches a 3rd and 10 pass down on the 4-yard line on the first drive. They probably don't settle for a field goal. Tyreek Hill catches the ball instead of dropping it and tipping it in the air, and it gets a pick 6. The game's probably going to be closer. McCole Hardman dropped a 3rd down pass. So the offense has no room for error right now. And of course, as we know, defenses are going to continue to play this way. I think the thing that shocked me is this, Mike, and I'm sorry to talk so long, but their offensive line has shown the ability to dominate everybody so far. If you just run the ball a little bit, they will move you, but not this week. Buffalo did it, stop the run with their front 4. They always have, 4 fresh bodies in there. Star Lotulelei being back after last year sitting out of COVID. Gregory Rousseau, first-round draft pick. It's changed their football team. And the front 4 handled the running game by themselves for the most part. And I think that was probably discouraging for the Chiefs to where they thought maybe they could rely on that. And all of a sudden it became, damn, we can't run. We're going to have to throw the ball 50-something times today. And that's where the Bills are the best team in football for my money. I'm not saying it's over for the Chiefs, but, man, they got no wiggle room for error on the offensive side of the ball, and the defense just plain old stinks.
Yeah, when I talked to Patrick Mahomes after they beat the Eagles, he was encouraged by the fact that they committed to the run, they were able to run. But that's the problem. You're not going to be able to run against everybody, and there are going to be games where, as we said earlier, like Kevin Stefanski says, you have to play the game that unfolds in front of you, and for as much as you want to have balance, you have to be able to pivot one way or the other based upon what the defense is giving you. We have to go to break soon because we only have so much time left in the show.
But you're right.
They
got to be able to run,
3 more segments to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, here's the other thing, too.
Yeah.
Before Chiefs fans give up on the season, you've got 3 losses to the 4-1 Bills, the 4-1 Chargers, and the 4-1 Ravens.
That's right.
So
it ain't
brighter
over.
days, presumably,
That's
are
right.
still ahead for the Chiefs.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.